Welcome to the Simple Sophisticate podcast, where intelligent living is paired with signature style. I'm your host, Shannon Ables, and whether you're listening on your commute, exercising, working in the garden, or sitting down with a hot cup of tea or a cafe au lait, thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. Welcome to the 132nd episode of the Simple Sophisticate. We are looking at the last month of 2016. Yes, this is November technically, but in 2 to 3 days, depending on when you're listening to this, we will be in December. And with that, I wanted to share an episode about how to finish the year strong. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share 11 ways you can do just that. But before I get into today's topic of discussion, this week's Petit Plaisir is for my jazz lovers out there. It's a new album. It's lovely and lighthearted, and I cannot wait to share it with you, so do stay tuned. But now let's get to today's topic, 11 ways to finish the year strong. Let's begin with a quote by Douglas H. Everett. He states, "There are some people who live in a dream world, and there are some who face reality. And then there are those who turn one into the other." I know where I stand in that one. I want to be in the latter category, and I have a feeling that you do too. The arrival of a new year always fills me with giddy exuberance. No matter what occurred during the current year, that is 2016, or any other year, I am very much like a child, eagerly determined to will even more amazing and fulfilling and growth opportunities into my world and into the world around me. 2016 has brought many of the latter on the list, growth opportunities. And while I won't be sad to see it go, I am still very grateful for all that it opened my eyes to, all that it taught me, and all that it pushed me to do so that I could begin to step out of, in many ways, an unconscious self-imposed shell. So for that reason alone, I am thankful, indebted actually, to 2016. Doesn't it seem as though that's the way it works? Some years we savor, and some years we sweat. Some years are a mixture of both, but all offer the opportunity to be a different person come the year's end. Speaking of the year's end, it isn't quite here yet, as I mentioned at the top of the episode. In fact, we still have 1 month to make our resolutions a reality. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to finish strong. Let's talk about how to do just that, no matter where you might find yourself at the end of the 11th month, which is today, or in a few days, I should say, of 2016. So number 1, balance the monthly budget. Let's talk about money straight away and take care of it. Nothing boosts our confidence, settles our nerves, and brightens our hopes for the future more than when we know where we stand with our money. As is the case, businesses want to finish strong as well, but we shouldn't help them at the expense of us not doing the same. Holiday gift giving and travel and entertaining can be a roadblock, but with careful planning and a clear awareness of what you are capable of, by the time the end of the year arrives, you will be feeling at ease when it comes to your financial situation. So number 1 is balance the monthly budget. Number 2, assess the goals and resolutions that you pursued throughout the year of 2016. Number 2 is going to get us right to the task at hand. How have you been doing on the resolutions you set at the beginning of the year? Perhaps you set some mid-year goals. How are those going? Be honest, which goes both ways. Notice how much further you have to go, but also recognize what you have done, what you have accomplished. Sometimes we stop ourselves from attaining what we seek because we are fearful we will fail. Ironically, we fail if we don't even try. Trying, no matter how small the progress, is always reason to celebrate. And as Marilyn Ferguson reminds, quote, "Ultimately, we know deeply that the other side of every fear is freedom." So let your fear lead you to keep trying and keep striving forward. The other side is indeed worth seeing and experiencing. Number 3, what habits have served you well, and vice versa? After taking an honest assessment of how you are doing with your goals, what habits are helping you maintain your progress? Write these down. Do the same exercise for habits that are impeding your progress. Don't worry, I'm not about to tell you to break 10 bad habits in 31 days. That would be absurd. The first thing to do is to recognize what is and isn't working, and then it's a baby step time. Vow to break one bad habit. And I'll actually provide a link to a post I did 2 years ago on how to break bad habits. It's very simple, but I want to let you look at that particular post more in depth because I think it will help break down how it is just so important to do one at a time. Once you have broken that first bad habit and you don't even think about it anymore, then proceed to start breaking the second bad habit. Maybe the chance to begin the second will begin the next week, or maybe it will begin the next month. But have a priority list of habits that you want to break and slowly make your way through them. Number 4, let go of passivity. Ask for what you want. Remove the possibility of regret. If events or progress towards your goals aren't moving as you had hoped they would, observe for a moment your behavior these past 11 months. Have you been sitting on the sidelines hoping others will notice what you've been working so hard on? Have you been hoping they could read your mind? Speak up. Ask for what you want. Make decisions without asking for approval from others. If it is indeed what you want, what you've been working for, and make what is in your control a reality. Number 5, tie up loose ends. Look around your house. Look at your planner. Do you see any projects, large or small, that aren't complete yet? Perhaps you are either putting them off, or maybe you began but something occurred and zapped your time availability. Re-examine each and do your best to wrap them up so you can move forward without unnecessary expectations and demands when the new year begins. A fresh start is great motivation to get them done. Use that energy, and you'll be surprised how you feel when the year begins. Number 6, get busy with small steps. There is still 1 month left in 2016, and a lot can happen in 31 days. A lot can happen in a mere moment. So get moving. Keep Isaac Newton's words in the back of your mind as you start your engine, and no matter how gradual you roll forward, always remember, an object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. So get moving. Number 7, declutter. Perhaps you have some extra time towards the end of the year, or maybe at some point during the month. Even if you don't have an immense amount of time, find a way to target the spots in your home, your office, your life that could use some decluttering. Again, the goal is a fresh start when 2017 arrives, and the visual component of less stuff to look at, to take care of, etc., holds incredible power over our state of mind and thus reduces our stress levels. So get busy, go through your closet, go through your entire home, and more specifically, your kitchen. I provide links to each of these 3 entities within your house and your life to help you declutter, get organized, and really take a huge deep breath of relief when it's all done. Set yourself free and you open the door for more applicable and authentic opportunities, experiences, and gifts. Number 8, bulk up your retirement savings for maximum tax benefit. The list began today with finances, but I wanted to focus specifically on retirement savings as well, so that's why I included number 8. The more powerful compound interest will be and the lower your taxable income will be as well. So take a close look at your 401k or your IRA contributions, which have limits of $18,000 and $5,500 this year, respectively. Can you add some more? Everyone's situation is going to be different. The good news is you don't have to have an answer just yet if you're not sure what to do, because you can actually add contributions to your 2006 accounts through mid-April of this next year, 2017. But it's definitely something to be thinking about. Number 9, decide on a planning system that functions and is something you love. Just prior to each month's beginning, I sit down with my planner and add the new month's pages. I then take time to plan out the month with previous scheduled events, my weekly and daily routines, etc. And I especially love the yearly ritual of looking ahead and putting the pages for the year that is coming. So in this case, 2017. In fact, I just ordered a new binder and am shifting from Franklin to the 6-ring personal binder. And because of this, the Simply Luxurious Life readers who have asked for the Simply Luxurious Life planning pages, which include daily pages with the Inslee illustrations on them in full color, and monthly pages as well as weekly pages, they've asked for pages that would fit purposely or intentionally the A5 and the personal planner. And finally, it's happening. You will be able to download planning pages for the A5 and the personal planner. I'm working on them right now so that I too can enjoy them, and I want to make sure that you can enjoy them as well. So I will be making that announcement before the end of the year. Stay tuned. As you already know, compact and classic pages that fit the Franklin binders are available now for the new year, and they are redesigned so they actually do not have a year on them, so you can use them every year again and again and again. And the to-do list on these pages, there are more lines for more things that you need to do and want to do, which is something that I found I needed, and I wanted to make a change that would be more functional. So there have been some improvements, and I think you will see a better page for the exact same price. So no price increase, just a better page for what you're paying for. Back to this topic of planning. It's important to have a system that works for you. Not everyone, like myself and many of you, want an all-digital planning system, but some do. You know what works well with your lifestyle and your routine. Tweak what you have to make it work even better, and enjoy setting clear goals, breaking them down, and managing each day to help you find the balance of rest and success. Number 10, what makes you smile spontaneously? Take a moment and try to recall the moments in which you found yourself smiling without a forethought, smiling due to something tickling your mental funny bone or observing something joyful and pleasure-filled. Take a mental note of these events, or better yet, write them down. Now, try to cultivate opportunities for these moments to happen in balance with the success you are trying to achieve. And last but not least, number 11, answer this question honestly. Where and how do you want to wake up on Sunday, January 1st, 2017? Have your answer? Now plan accordingly. You will be glad you did, and the new year will be assured to be off to a wonderful start. I do hope you have a wonderful final month of this 2016 year. May the struggles, if you encountered a few this year, begin to wind down and reveal their fruit and polish. And may the final few days give you a time to celebrate and appreciate all that has gone well and recognize how much you have grown. I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. For the show notes, visit the blog, thesimplyluxuriouslife.com/podcast 132. And now stay tuned for this week's Petit Plaisir. Listening to this week's Petit Plaisir, which is German jazz trumpeter Till Brunner. He recently came out with a new album this past September, and it is his first with Sony Music Masterworks. He is a well-known and best-selling jazz artist that I, though, just was introduced to. And with this song, which is the title of his album, The Good Life, I took immediate notice. Now, what you're going to find on this album is he remakes a bunch of classic jazz arrangements from Frank Sinatra and Billie Holiday and Nat King Cole. He also sings on 8 of his tracks and then adds 2 original songs. But let me just say, if you want a simple classic, but with a modern uptake as far as it's new, it's fresh, and a different musician, this is the album for you. And in fact, if you already have Amazon Prime, you can download it for free already. So I'll let you listen to a little bit more of this song, The Good Life, and enjoy. And I'll provide a link on today's show notes, thesimplyluxuriouslife.com/podcast 132, where you can get a link to this new album. Till Brunner, German jazz musician. Here you go. The Good Life. I hope you've enjoyed this week's Petit Plaisir, where each week ideas are shared to make the everyday all the more enjoyable. Tune in at the end of each Monday's podcast where I'll recommend a book, a film, a recipe, or a musical album. Anything that is a simple pleasure to satiate your sophisticated taste. Thank you for tuning in to the Simple Sophisticate podcast, where intelligent living is paired with signature style. For more ideas and inspiration throughout the week, stop by the blog, thesimplyluxuriouslife.com, or pick up the book, Choosing the Simply Luxurious Life, A Modern Woman's Guide. To stay caught up on the most recent podcasts, blog posts, and receive exclusive news as well as an extra dose of inspiration, subscribe to the Simply Luxurious Life's weekly newsletter, which arrives in your inbox each Friday to enjoy with a hot cup of tea or your morning coffee, just in time to jumpstart the weekend. Until next Monday, I'm your host, Shannon Ables. Bonne journée!